In this lesson, we're going to talk about the theory of retargeting, and you may have heard marketers talk about two different types of audiences, right? Cold audiences and warm audiences. So what does that mean? And it's very simple. A cold audience is an individual, potential consumer that has never been exposed to your brand before and doesn't really know anything about your website or what you're selling, right? These are the people that are going to be the vast majority of the people that we're going to be targeting with our Facebook ads, right? Most people in the world have never gone into our website before, especially if we're starting out on day one. Warm traffic are individuals that have interacted with your website in some shape or form, and the theory is that because they've indicated some level of interest, that they're more likely to complete the purchase. So this graphic is called the conversion funnel, and this is going to help me explain to you what retargeting is all about and how we can leverage retargeting to boost our profitability. So cold traffic, we're going to put at the very top of the funnel, right? These individuals have not even seen the advertisement yet. Down here, I'm going to put in purchase because this is what we're all about optimizing for, right? We want someone to go from the top, someone that's never experienced our website or our products before, and go all the way down this funnel in order to complete the purchase so we can make some money. Then everyone in between cold traffic and purchase is going to be under the category of warm traffic or a warm audience, right? Very, very simple to understand. So what are the different layers between cold traffic and purchase that we should worry about? Well, Facebook Ad Manager and the Facebook Pixel actually answers that question because it depends on what we're tracking with Facebook's Pixel, and I'll show you what I mean. We're here at the ad manager level, and let's go into here and go into audiences, right? These are basically all the different audiences we can create using Facebook Ad Manager, and we're going to click on create a custom audience, right? Retargeting is going to be done only through custom audiences, and you can see we can create custom audiences out of so many different events, but we're going to go into website. That's what the pixel is actually going to be tracking. And you'll see this is Modern Habitats pixel. And here are the different layers. We can target people that are website visitors and past X amount of days, people who visited specific web pages, visitors by time spent, page view, view content, add to cart, view category, view cart, and initiate checkout, right? These are all the different events that occur before purchases. So let's go back into the funnel. And what does that mean for us? Well, let's try to map this out from cold to purchase, all of the layers that Facebook's Pixel is recording, because again, those are the only layers that we can do anything with on Facebook. So the first layer, make this yellow, is going to be page view. And a page view is someone that has come onto your website from clicking an ad. So we can kind of even put another layer up here. We'll just treat this line as kind of this area as seen the ad, right? So someone has to go from cold traffic to actually being interested in your creative and what you're offering and your sale in the first place to get down to page view. And I think we can both agree that someone that's clicked into your website is a lot more likely to purchase than someone that has never gone into your website at all, especially because we're building branded niche stores where our websites are looking very professional and very engaging. So under page view, right? What's the next category? It's going to be view content. And this is when someone actually goes into your website and then decides to click on something else on your website. So let me just take it through the eyes of a consumer. We're here on Modern Habitat, so the fact that I clicked the ad and got to this website, that's already counted as a page view in Facebook's Pixel. And the moment I browse and I think, hey, this looks kind of cool, and I click on that, bam, that's going to be a view content, okay? Or if I click into any of these categories, bam, that's also going to be a view content. So we can agree that someone that decides to click into a product or a collection has expressed a lot more interest than someone that just comes onto the website and leaves, right? So going back to the whiteboard, let's map out the next one. The next one is going to be when someone actually decides to add something to cart, right? We see that. So back at the website now, this is when I actually go in here and think, hey, this is a pretty good product. I'm interested in buying it. Add to cart. Now, just because someone adds to cart doesn't mean they're going to buy, right? We've all been consumers. I'm sure you've had an experience where you've added something to cart and kind of had cold feet and said, I don't really need it, or I don't need to spend that much money. Well, the next layer of the conversion event is very intuitive as well. You go from add to cart to actually wanting to check out. And again, just because someone decides to check out doesn't mean they're actually going to complete the purchase and put in their credit card and give you their money. So at a high level, these are the conversion events that we're going to be worried about. Now, let me add in the add to cart to this diagram, okay? Or should I say initiate checkout? And this is going to be the closest that we're going to get to purchase, right? And even within initiate checkout, there are people that have entered info versus not entered, right, info. So if someone has entered their email, their phone number, and their name, they were probably so close to purchasing, and for whatever reason, they decided to abandon it. Maybe their wife or their husband was calling their name, and they just left the room and completely forgot to purchase. So the whole concept of retargeting is a very simple one. It's basically recognizing that there's different variations of interest in each of these audiences. Cold traffic being the least interested, and then someone that's initiated checkout and put in their information being the most interested. So ideally, we should be treating these individuals differently from one another, right? The messaging that we show to cold traffic, which are going to be our normal ads, should be a different advertising style than someone that's added to cart or viewed content or initiated checkout or even done a page view and visited our website, right? So the best e-commerce players in the world are crafting the best messaging to bring someone from page view down to purchase, someone from view content down to purchase, someone from add to cart, etc., right? They're crafting individual messages. And if you've ever looked on products on a particular website, let's say Nike, and you're looking at a pair of joggers and you decided, hey, I don't want this pair of joggers, I'm going to leave and go check out ESPN. And then on ESPN for several days, you see that pair of joggers in an ad that ESPN is showing you. That's an example of them retargeting you. So retargeting is just that. It's taking advantage of warm traffic, and it can be accomplished on several mediums or channels, right? It can obviously be done through Facebook. So we're going to be retargeting individuals with Ad Manager, right? So someone goes onto your website, adds something to cart, kind of has cold feet, and the next day they're sitting on their toilet, on their phone, scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, and bam, they see your ad again, and they're a lot more likely to buy, especially now if you give them a discount code or something like that that kind of tips them over the edge, right? Another channel that's very popular is email, and Shopify is already programmed to do this, right? So Shopify is already sending out abandoned cart emails. That's the warmest audience, people that have initiated checkout and put in their information but not purchased. So Shopify is already emailing them automatically, and we're going to go over some email strategies, but you can also gather emails from the newsletter, from Wheelio, right, and be retargeting them as well. Someone that just spins the wheel and decides to leave is a very different person than someone that's added to cart, right? Next channel we have is going to be text messaging. And there's a lot of different ways to retarget, but this is the big three that I'm going to talk about, and really the only three that you need to worry about at this stage. This is really the only three that I'm leveraging. Text messaging is very, very simple. If someone's provided you their information, their phone number, right? Sending an email is one thing. They might not open it. It might go to spam, but a text message is going to go straight to your phone, and I'm going to cover how to retarget across all of these mediums. And there's even something else that we can do, right? This is an audience as well, people that have purchased. These individuals have already trusted you, have already given you their money, and maybe there's a way to get them to spend even more, to turn that $20 purchase into a $40 purchase, or turn that customer from a one-time buyer to a multiple time buyer. And that's all retargeting really is.